A warm welcome to our Honorable Guest of Honor, Dr. Rajiv Bahl, sir, a visionary in medical research and public health. Sir, your leadership continues to inspire and shape the future of healthcare, and we are eager to hear your valuable words of wisdom. So with a huge round of applause, may I please invite on stage Dr. Rajiv Bahl, sir.
Honorable Member of Parliament, Shri Dinesh Bhai Makwana ji, Honorable MLA, Shri Amul Bhai Bhatt ji, Dr. Vikas Kapil, Dr. Santa Saboj Das, Dr. R.N. Tiwari, Dr. Ankit Sheth, esteemed experts, and all the participants. It is a delight for me to be here today at the opening of this important conference. I would like to start with three fundamental facts that I believe very firmly, and that is why I think this conference will be very important. First is that the climate change is here, and not only is it here, it is an existential threat to humanity. And there is no doubt about that. The second is that the health effects are substantial, whether it is communicable disease, non-communicable disease, reproductive health, nutrition. The effects of climate change are being seen in every aspect of health, not just occupational and environmental health, but everything around health is affected. And the third fact that I believe in is that research is critical to have impactful strategies, policies, and actions to deal with this critical, important threat that we are currently facing. So how do we do that? We put our heads together, we think through what are the questions that we still have and what is the direction in which we are going to take the next steps towards research to tackle the issue of climate change and health. Just to say a few words about the Indian Council of Medical Research. As all of you know, this council was set up pre-independence 1911 and became the Indian Council of Medical Research as soon as we became independent. So it has a checkered history of more than 114 years of serving the nation through research. And it has grown as per the needs of the country. In the early years, mostly focusing on communicable diseases, then spreading into reproductive, child health and nutrition, occupational health, environmental health, and non-communicable diseases. So, for those of you who followed the pandemic, the two most important achievements of ICMR in contributing to the pandemic were development of a totally Indian vaccine, Covaxin, which was given to more than 10 crore people, as well as about 100 crore COVID tests, both PCR and point-of-care tests that we did in India. And both these interventions were done at about 1/30th to 1/50th the cost of what these interventions costed in the rest of the world. So this has given us immense confidence that we can and will solve our own problems and help solve the problems of the world. So this conference, organized by the National Institute of Occupational Health together with National Institute for Environmental Health, both ICMR institutes, and the CSIR, National Environmental Engineering Research Institute, is a testimony to this resolve that we will continue to solve these problems. Climate change has been identified by ICMR as a national health research priority. A lot has been said, and I'm not going to repeat why it is important, but I'm going to just say I'm looking forward to discussions on 4 aspects. One is further enunciating the impacts of climate change even to beyond what we know, so that we can use it for informing policy around reduction of emissions and other causes of climate change. A lot of work has been done in this respect, but more needs to be done, and we should continue that research. However, I am looking forward to 3 other aspects. One is, how do we create early warning systems and prepare the health system for the changes that are coming, because they are coming? How do we prepare the health system to deal with the changes in disease patterns, in the numbers, etc.? The third thing is, at individual level and community level, what could be the mitigation strategies that we should put in place, that we can offer to our citizens to reduce the impacts, to be aware of the impacts of climate change and to be able to reduce them? And lastly, what could be the policy level strategies to reduce effects of climate change on health? One is to reduce emissions and the cause, but what is the policy level strategies to reduce the effects on health, including how we work, how educational institutions work, how housing is planned, etc. In all these 4 areas, I encourage you to identify research priorities which will serve as an input for the Indian Council of Medical Research to fund research both intramurally and extramurally. Every year, we are now giving grants of something like 2,300 crores, which amounts for my US colleagues to around $300 million for research in India. And more than 500 institutions all across India are funded by ICMR. So we are really looking forward to this is not just for me putting heads together and thinking, but also to come up with these research priorities that we can take further. Thank you. Jai Hind.